Hello, my beauty bunch. It's Just Jennifer Beauty, and you are tuning into another episode of Just Jennifer Beauty's Network Marketing Tips. So today I'm going to dive deep into the world of Instagram. So whether you're looking to expand your brand's reach, connect with new customers, or simply spice up your feed, understanding the different types of posts on Instagram is crucial. So let's break it down and get you geared up to grow your presence. Okay, so from feed posts to reels to stories to lives, there are so many ways to reach your audience on Instagram, and each of these different formats have different advantages for how they generate reach, engagement, and convert followers into true fans. Now, quick disclaimer, the dreaded algorithm changes all the time, so these tips are true as of Tuesday the 16th of April at 10:45 p.m. 2024. My mentor, Fraser Brooks, always says that you win in the network marketing game by turning strangers into friends and friends into family. And that's exactly what we want to do with our social media. But how do we start off by getting those strangers in the first place? So if you liken a new follower's journey to meeting someone new, reels are like the handshake. So when we meet someone new, we try and find things in common. So that's our first step. We ask a few questions, we learn a little bit about this new human, and then we try and make a connection. And that's what you want to do with Reels as well. But the beauty of Reels, as opposed to actually meeting someone at a party, is that you already know what you have in common because you know who you want to target. So let's rewind. What are Reels? So Reels are a short form, can be a video, and now carousels can actually be part of Reels as well. They've just increased the maximum time for a reel. Normally they were 90 seconds. They're now 3 minutes maximum. And they often follow trends or use popular audios or share quick wins or entertainment for new audiences. That's the key, new audiences. So the Instagram Reels algorithm serves users videos based on their interests. So if you can make it really clear in your caption with your keywords or your specific hashtags what your content is about, then the algorithm will know who to show it to. You can start by making reels for your ideal audience. So you know their struggles, their concerns, what they would find funny. You can make that content about something they would relate to. Then you know when they come across your video, they'll feel that connection with you and potentially may even check out your page and follow you. And when someone follows you, you've completed the metaphorical handshake. At the minute, really short form reels are doing really well, and these are using B-roll videos. So that means it is just a video of you going about your day. So it might be, for example, if I'm doing a facial, then it might just be my hands on the client's skin, not showing my face. And then I've got text over the top, and the text will be the content that I want to get out to my audience. It could be something as simple as you packing away your skincare products into your cosmetics bag, or it could be you just silently massaging your skin using your favorite cleanser. It doesn't have to be complicated. And then what you would do is just lay text over the top in the Instagram app and share the content or the inspirational quote or the 3 tips for text over the top. Add some audio that is trending, and there you go, you've got your reel. Okay, so now let's talk about feed posts. So imagine this is like the first conversation. So what are feed posts? The original form of content on Instagram. So it's photos, videos, carousels that appear on your main feed. Now, the main feed is where you want to be careful. You want this to really align with your brand, really resonate with your target audience, and not be too higgledy-piggledy of lots of different things. That becomes confusing, and the algorithm won't know what you're about, and it will get confused, and it won't know who to promote you to. So as an example, my Instagram profile is under the umbrella of beauty. Okay, so I might cover hair, I might cover face, I might cover collagen supplements, I might cover nutritional supplements that will help with beauty. But if I started to then post about yoga and about my cats and about deep sea diving. I don't know why I just said that, but do you see how that becomes really diluted? And then people who are there for my skincare will be like, well, I don't want to see about deep sea diving, and they'll switch off. Or they'll be like, I hate cats, I'm a dog person, why is she talking about cats in her feed all the time? I'm here for skin. So keep it to one niche. And then any little extras that you want to add in, if you want to do a video of you deep sea diving, keep it to your stories. So I'll go on to stories in a minute, but right now, let's continue with feed posts. So if someone feels really connected to that reel that you've done, then chances are they might just tap on your username and check out your profile. So from there, they'll see your grid of feed posts. So that will give them the first impressions of your content and your page and what you have to offer. And if they hit follow, they'll start seeing more of your feed content over the next couple of days, as Instagram tends to push feed content to the feeds of the new followers, as the algorithm starts to learn how much they engage with you, and then they'll decide how much they're going to show your content to that new follower, depending on how much they did actually engage. So here on the feed is where you can start to dive in and get a bit more vulnerable with them, sharing your struggles and how you've overcome them, sharing more info about how you can help them, and a bit more about what you do and what you're about. So feed content is really the backbone of what you're doing with your Instagram strategy. It's where your most in-depth, high-value content on Instagram is going to live. So even though the main purpose of feed content is going to be about providing value and building that connection with your audience, there is also an opportunity for feed content to help expand your reach. So not only by using hashtags so that people do find you, although reels are really the main way that people are going to find you. So if you're not doing reels at all and you're seeing absolutely no growth in your Instagram, do reels, okay? Other thing that is important to note about reels and also feed content is that people can share it to their stories. So if you're creating content that is really relatable, or it's a really like aha moment, like maybe a skincare hack or something that people find value in and they want to share, maybe they will click on the aeroplane little button at the bottom and share it to their story so their whole network sees it, or they might just send it to their sister or their mother or their friend. Like I don't know how many funny cat videos I send to my sister on a daily basis, but that is basically just getting organic growth because people are sharing it. So when you're trying to build your content out, make sure that some of the content is also funny, relatable, entertaining, as well as educational. You want a whole mix of all of them. So let's now talk about stories. So stories is like you are having a chat to your friend on the phone. Okay, so it is up to a minute long, and it can be a mix of photos, it can be a video, you can add stickers, you can add captions, you can add text. So Stories feed is at the top of the app, and it's only available for 24 hours. And just recently, we've seen a massive change in how stories are viewed. So you used to you could post like 20 stories in a day, just snippets of your day as you go along, and people would just watch it as their day progresses too. But Instagram, really annoyingly, have now changed the way that viewer numbers are for stories. So if you post more than 3 stories, you will notice that your reach will dramatically drop off. So actually, as a hack to get around this, if you want to post more than 3 stories a day, then just start making that content of your stories, but don't post them as you make them, save them, and then post them all at once. And that means that people will get fed that Instagram first story and it will go all the way through. Whereas if you are leaving it a couple of hours and then posting the next one, leaving it a couple of hours and posting the next one, which is what we were taught, then you'll see that your reach dramatically drops off. And it's a shame, because stories are honestly like probably the most popular content on the app, and everyone wants to be updating and posting throughout their day. It's where a lot of people spend their time. It doesn't mean it's the only important part of your content strategy, because like I've detailed already, you can see how Reels and feed content really come into play as well. But Instagram users tend to start tapping through stories before they actually interact anywhere else on the app. So stories are like chatting on the phone or texting with a new friend, because this is the stage where you start to share more about your day-to-day life. And just note that stories cannot be viewed by anyone who is not following you, unless they are a stalker, and I mean that in the nicest sense, unless they are actually searching for your name and going and having a look at your stories and purposefully not following you. So just remember that stories are for people who already follow you. So the purpose of those are to get out flash offers, to promote your products or your services, and also to give people an insight, like a behind the scenes, and get to know you a little bit more as well. Stories are also a really good way of getting interaction from your followers. So things like polls and question stickers are really good. So you can ask them this or that, what's your biggest skin concern? Or, do you prefer a gel cleanser to a cream cleanser? And they can start interacting. And then that's when you would take their answer and go and get them in the DMs and start that conversation. Okay, and finally, lives. Okay, so this is where you're just hanging out with your new friend. So many people are so scared of lives, and please, just go live. The more you do it, the easier it is. The first time I ever went live, I did it when there was a big football match on, because I thought everyone's going to be watching football. No one is going to be watching me live. I was so scared. But the more that you do it, now I don't even think twice about hitting that live button and having a chat. So lives are exactly what they sound like. They are live video where you can broadcast yourself to your following, and they can chat with you. So you can interact with your audience live. And this is by far the best way to build a connection with your audience, for them to know, like, and trust you. You can answer questions. You can even do collaborative lives with another creator. So maybe grab a buddy in your team and go live together so that you can feed off each other. So when you go live, your profile picture has a little ring around it and it says the word live. So this shows up at the top where the stories sit. And if you're live, you automatically go to the front of everyone's queue. And also people will get a notification saying, Just Jennifer's Beauty is going live about. And if you put a subject in the title, it will say what you're going live about. So this is such a good way to broadcast yourself. And without having to boost any post, you are getting to the front of the queue on everyone's feeds. And unlike TikTok, Instagram doesn't have a Lives Explore page. So really only your current followers are going to find this content, unless you're doing a collaboration with another creator, because then they will get notified, all of their followers. So, if you can find another collaborator who isn't necessarily a direct competition, but actually complements. So maybe if there's a yoga instructor or a nutritionist that you can do a joint live together on a certain topic, then that is a really great way of cross-pollinating your followers. And maybe you'll gain some and maybe they'll gain some. We can all share. But by doing lives and doing them regularly, it's like you're hanging out all the time with your friends. So this is where you are turning strangers into friends, friends into family. And these people who log in and watch you every time you're live become your ride or die BFFs. So you're basically hanging out with them on live stream, having a laugh, connecting, and helping them with any questions that they may have. And if you notice that the same sort of people are joining your lives on a regular basis, then you know they are really invested in you and your content. So this is the perfect place to really provide a ton of value, and you can potentially even convert followers into customers and just build that like, know, and trust factor. So as you can see, all of these different formats of Instagram content have an important role to play in finding new followers, getting to know them better, and ultimately turning them into your raving fans or customers. So depending where you are in your stage of growth, you may be prioritizing some of this content more over others. Maybe you're a little bit too afraid to go live at the moment, or you don't really understand Reels and aren't really that tech savvy with it. So everyone favors a certain type of post to create, but what's really important is that you are covering all of the bases with each form of content, so that you're not losing out on followers who might just be at different points along the way in their journey. If you found this episode useful, please do me a massive favour and hit the subscribe button. And why not go and find me on Instagram at JustJenniferBeauty. Have a great day.